Hi guys, just getting everything set up here. Facebook is getting all ready. Instagram is set. I think we're good on Facebook now. Awesome. Perfect. So thank you guys so much again for joining me. We are here for week 2 of learning how to Irish step dance with me, Lizzy. So we went over some things last week. We went over foot placement. We went over how to do the first little bit of a real step. So today we're going to do some review and we're going to learn some more things. And we're always going to start out with a stretch. Last week we didn't because we were just kind of getting an intro. But this week we're going to start with a short little stretch just to get ourselves ready to go. So I'm going to back up so you guys can see me. This is my dog Spike. He might make a little appearance during our stretching. But we're going to do a little bit of stretching. So if you want to sit down, I'm just going to move one of my cameras just a little. We'll move Facebook down just a little bit. Oh, there's Spike. So if you guys all want to back up, make sure you have enough room. We're going to start with our legs stretched out completely in front of us. With dancing or with working out or anything like that, we just want to make sure that our legs are ready to go. So if you want to sit nice and tall, think that you're sitting almost like against a wall. So your backs are nice and straight. And from here, we want to flex our feet and point our feet. So this is just getting our feet warmed up, making sure that they're good to go. I'm going to move one thing this way. There we go. So we're going to flex our feet and we're going to point our feet. Spike is deciding to play with us too. We're going to flex and then we're going to point. Thank you. Here, go over there. We're going to flex our feet and we're going to point our feet. We're going to flex our feet and we're going to hold the flex. So you want to think that you're pulling your toes all the way towards you. I know, you want to stretch with us too, don't you? You're going to flex all the way up, 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 pulling your toes towards you. You're going to take your arms up high in the ceiling. And you're going to stretch all the way over. Try to touch your toes. Wrap your hands around your toes. You should be feeling this stretch all the way in the backs of your legs and coming all the way up through your hamstrings. So you're going to stretch all the way over, wrap those hands around, feel that stretch. You're going to come up again, reach high towards the ceiling, and then you're going to point your toes. When you point your toes, you really want to stretch out the front tops of your legs all the way through your ankles and through your feet. Pointing is super, super important for Irish step dancing because that's basically where we keep our feet 100% of the time. So you really want to make sure that as you're pointing, you're stretching all the way through. Yes, Spike. Yep. Come over here. So reach your arms all the way up nice and tall, all the way up here. You're going to stretch all the way down with pointed feet. So elongate your legs all the way down and stretch all the way over. You want to think that your face is coming all the way down into your knees right here at the top there. All the way down. Yeah, yep. There you go, Spike. Move out of the way. All the way through and down. Try to get those hands all the way on your feet. Your faces should be all the way down on your knees. And coming up nice and tall. Get this dog toy out of the way. Now you're going to put your feet into what I like to call butterfly. So the soles of your feet are together. And you want to think that your knees are not going to be all the way up here. You want to gradually think about bringing them down and away from you. Now with stretching, just like with working out or anything you do, you never want to force yourself into a stretch. So really just go gradually into this stretch. You want your hip flexors to open up naturally. And you want your knees to kind of come away from your body. You can reach your hands up nice and tall and stretch all the way over. I like to call this one reaching for the bowl of candy, coming all the way forwards and coming all the way up. Let's do that one more time. Stretching all the way forwards, reaching for your favorite candy all the way through, coming all the way down, and bring yourself all the way up. The last thing I like to do is just do some ankle circles just to warm up those feet. So you can ankle circle all the way around. Hi, Spike. Hi there. Good boy. Go up there. All the way around and through. I know you really want to play today. And opposite way, all the way through, all the way around. And I always like to end a stretch with just kind of shaking out those feet, making sure that they're ready to go. Yes, Spike, you're ready to go too. Okay, so we're going to get up from sitting. So we're going to come up to standing. Okay, go that way. And we're going to come all the way up. So I want to make sure that we all remember the foot positions that we learned last week. Or if you're just joining us, we can do a quick review just in case you did not see the foot placement from last week. So with Irish step dancing, and if you've ever done ballet, with ballet as well, This is first position. So your heels are together, your feet are flat on the floor, and your toes are away from your body. We like to call this turned out. Your feet are turned out and away from you. And I always like to tell my dancers, you can see the insides of your ankles right here. That's a very important thing, especially with crossing, and we'll get into that in a little bit. Then, in order to get yourself into fifth position, which is normally the way we start, I want everyone to point their right foot in front of them, all the way in front of them. Good. And you're going to draw a line all the way in so your heel is touching your big toe. So I'll get a little bit closer just so everyone can see. And your legs are crossed. So we'll go from first position. Good. We're going to point that right foot. Your heel is going to match your big toe. And you're going to be nice and crossed. Awesome. So let's do that a few more times. We're going to go from first and actually change my Facebook camera just a little bit so I can see a little bit more, just so that we have a little bit better angle. There we go. So this is first position. Point that toe, draw that line to your fifth position. Now go back to first position, point that toe, and your heel is touching that big toe. Good. So to continue to warm up our feet, what we're going to do is we're going to stay in first position, and I want just really easy releve. Releve, another ballet term, is just going up on your tippy toes. So go up and down, up and down. Good. All the way up and all the way down, all the way up and all the way down. Good. Hold your toes. Try to kind of bounce around on your tippy toes. You can walk to the front and you can walk to the back, really trying to lift your heels all the way up off the floor. Now, in order to make it a little bit more difficult, what we're going to do is we're going to get into that fifth position. So you can point your right foot, draw that line into your fifth position. Make sure your fifth position is nice and tight. What you're going to do is from there, you're going to lift up onto your toes. So now you can see, if you look at your legs are making an X. Thank you, Spike. Go over there. Your legs are crossed. So one is in front of the other, and they're both turned out. You want to be able to, if you come down, you can see the insides of both of your ankles. So you're going to come back up on your tippy toes, and you're going to walk around with your legs crossed. This is a little bit more difficult than your legs side by side. So you're going to walk around up on tiptoes, but you're going to maintain that placement. Maintaining that those legs are one is in front of the other, and they're crossed, and what we like to call turned out, meaning you can see the insides of my ankles, and my toes are pointing away from my body. So let's come back down into fifth. You should be able to just drop back down into fifth, and you should be keeping that placement. Now, let's take our opposite foot, the foot that is in back, point it in front. Do the same thing with that fifth position. Go up on your tippy toes, and let's walk with this foot in front. So just all the way up on your tippy toes, walking really, really, really nice and tight. Up on those tippy toes, good. Keep walking. Keep those legs nice and crossed. Tight placement. And now I want everyone to come back down onto flat feet. And if you look down, you should have kept your placement. Awesome. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go over our points. If anyone remembers their points, it's pointing right out in front of you. We're going to place the opposite foot. Try to point that foot right out in front of you. Something very important to remember is as you're pointing, I don't want to see the top of your foot. I want to see the inside of your foot. So as you point it in front of you, you want to make a line from your nose all the way down to your toes. And if you look down with your eyes, you should be able to see the inside of your ankles. So you should be able to see right here. So again, I don't want to see the top of your foot. I want to see the inside of your leg, ankle, and foot. So let's try that again. Opposite foot, point that in front of you. Again, you want to have a nice turned out foot. So if you look down, your foot is in line from your nose all the way to your toes, and it's the inside of your leg, inside of your ankle, inside of your foot, all the way down. Good. So now what we're going to do is we're going to try to practice our points. What I would like to try to do is if we can do 8 points on our right leg and 8 points on our left leg. And I'll show you what I mean. We're going to do hop point, hop point, hop point, hop point 8 times on our right, and then we're going to switch our feet, And we're gonna do it on our left. We're gonna do hop point, hop point, hop point, hop point, hop point, 8 times. What we wanna think is that we're up on our back toes and we're lightly tapping the floor with a point. So I'm just gonna make sure that this Facebook camera, I wish you guys could see a little bit more. I'm gonna see if I can adjust it just slightly so maybe you can see. Let's just see. Okay,